Hey everyone, today Steve and I did a story about Pokemon-inspired weapons, and in it, first of all, I sang, and I'm not a singer, like, pretty much at all, so thanks for hanging in with my singing. And second of all, in it, I shared that I had had a seizure, and a bunch of people commented that they kind of wanted to know the story, and I thought that'd be a good, easy vlog for me to do. So, I was in college. I was probably 21 at the time, and it was like a month before everyone went nuts with the swine flu, but I had like this insane flu that they couldn't figure out what it was, so it was probably swine flu, which sounds super hipster. I had swine flu before everybody knew what swine flu was. Anyway, I'd been super sick. I had not been able to keep anything down for probably like 2 or 3 days and hadn't been able to even keep Gatorade down. Like, even Gatorade was coming back up, which I promise the story gets less gross. So anyway, I woke up one morning and I was just like, I felt like I was dying. And so I went to the emergency room, and I know, Penny, it's a sad story. And so I went to the emergency room, and they gave me these huge pills of potassium. So potassium, if you haven't had anything in your system, apparently can give you a seizure. So there were like 3 horse pills of potassium. They were like, take them. And I'm like, I'm going to throw these up. Like, I can't even keep Gatorade down. And the nurse was just like, take it. So I take these pills, and then I remember saying, like, I remember saying something to my mom. And then I guess I had a seizure. I don't actually remember the seizure. So, like, I just remember saying something to my mom, feeling really weird, and then a doctor laying on my chest and screaming in my face, do you know your name? Where are you? What's your name? Like, oh my God. I remember being pissed off that someone was laying on me. Like, he was, like, pushing on my shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, putting a good amount of weight on my shoulders. So he's laying on me and, like, screaming in my face about my name and where I am. And I'm like, my name is Meg, and I'm in, this hospital. I name off the hospital I'm in. And he's like, okay, all right. And I remember my leg really hurt, and I guess they'd stabbed me in the thigh with Ativan to get me to stop seizing. And my mom is, like, crying in the corner. It was very dramatic. And then, to make it even more dramatic, they basically told me that either I had a brain tumor, and that's why I'd had the seizure, or I had epilepsy. So they whisked me upstairs to a CAT scanner, and they took a scan of my brain, and they were like, oh, no brain tumor, which is always good, A+. But you have epilepsy now. That's what we've decided. Because it's not the brain tumor, it has to be epilepsy. So they took my driver's license, and they made me make an appointment with a neurologist. And then a week later, I went to the neurologist, and the neurologist was like, wow, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You don't have epilepsy, and here's your driver's license back. And, yeah, you had a seizure because they gave you potassium, and you were beyond severely dehydrated. So, yeah, that was my experience having a seizure. And although I don't remember the actual seizing part, I do remember being stabbed with a needle and having someone lay on me, which sounds like a Saturday night for some people, but for me, it was no bueno. Random fact about that, I convinced my mom, like, a day later. I still was, like, I wasn't really keeping any food down. Like, a day later, I convinced my mom to get me McDonald's on the promise that I would will myself to keep it down, and I totally did. And that was my first post-sickness meal, was the 2 cheeseburger meal from McDonald's. So, quality food. Okay, so that's it. That's my story. And, if you've ever had, like, a weird medical story, let me know in the comments down below. Click like and subscribe if you haven't already, or if you ever want to, or whatever. I'm not going to do the source-fed rant, even though I want to. And, yeah, Penny says goodbye. Okay, bye, guys. Don't high-five my face.